There are yachts and Ferraris, artwork and jewelry, you know, the typical rich people staples. And we can add to that list pianos. A rich person wouldn't be rich if they didn't own a piano. And so, in this video, we will endeavor to get into the minds of the super wealthy to discover what defines luxury as we look at the world's most expensive pianos. The numbers are astronomical, especially if we look at it on a cost per key basis. A regular size piano has 88 keys, so if we take $1,630,000, which is strategically priced for this Steinway & Sons Sound of Harmony Concert Grand, each key or note would be worth $18,522.73. Yeah, I'll just take one key. The piano's construction, depicting the Chinese art of xi-xie, uses 40 different species of wood. After more than 3 years of laborious work by Steinway, this piano was finally purchased by Chinese collector Guo Xingxiang. The piano was specifically picked for the 2010 Expo in Shanghai, China. This piano was made with a variety of 40 exotic woods, including Amboina burl, tulip wood, rosewood, bird's eye maple, and tamo ash. So that piano was number 7 on our list. Coming in at number 6 would be the Steinway & Sons Red Pops Parlor Grand, which sold for $1,925,000. The color red is synonymous with opulence. Color coordination in red and white have traditionally been associated with wealth and extravagance, and this piano was certainly inspired by wealth as it was designed with influence from Paul David Hewson, better known as Bono of U2. He desired a two-tone masterwork to be the centerpiece of the 2013 Red Auction in New York. It was for a non-profit that worked in Africa to combat AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. This piano, which brought in a staggering $1,925,000 for the charity, was the most expensive item up for sale, proving Bono's assumptions to be correct. Number 5. The Steinway & Sons Model Z sold for $2,370,000. This simple-looking piano from Steinway had 2 distinctions. 1, it was used as an ashtray, and 2, it was used to create a massive #1 hit record. The smoking owner of this piano? John Lennon. The massive #1 hit record? Imagine. George Michael acquired it in 2000 after outbidding the Oasis brothers and Robbie Williams at a pop memorabilia auction. The winning bid was a staggering $2.1 million. To ensure that the piano would always be in Lennon's hometown of Liverpool, George Michael subsequently gifted it to the Beatles Story Museum there. The piano's honky-tonk sound is reported to have appealed to Lennon since John thought it to be reminiscent of early American rock and rhythm and blues. Number 4. The Steinway Fibonacci, valued at $2.4 million. Master furniture builder Frank Polero produced this exquisite piano to commemorate Steinway's 600,000th piano production. The piano veneer has the well-known Fibonacci spiral, which was meticulously carved from 6 distinct Macassar ebony logs to create a flowing pattern that symbolizes the geometric harmony found in nature. The Fibonacci spiral's lines continue down the piano lid's top to the base's distinctively curved shape. The faux ivory inlay enhances the design's spectacular effects, which also include distinctive patinated bronze accents. The Fibonacci was developed over the course of 4 years, requiring a total of more than 6,000 hours of labor. Even Fibonacci and Mr. Steinway would be proud of this genuine work of art. Number 3. The Steinway, pictures at an exhibition, valued at $2.5 million. This exceptional piano, which is among the most costliest on the market, was created, painted, unveiled, and played by Steinway master craftsman Paul Wise. Although expensive, this piece of art's $2.5 million price tag can be justified by its opulent finishing touches. This piano, Steinway's first artistic creation inspired by genuine musical composition, took 4 years to complete. The piano is called Pictures at an Exhibition after a piece by Russian musician Modest Mussorgsky. Each movement is a musical interpretation of a work of art by Mussorgsky's pal, Victor Hartmann. Along with Mussorgsky's own portrait, this piano masterpiece also includes his friend's paintings. The unique bench seat was carved in a Russian medieval folk style, and the piano legs are Russian cuckoo clocks. The piano's white and gold coloring is the epitome of imperial Russian design. Number 2. The Heinzmann crystal piano sold for $3,220,000. This transparent work of art is entirely designed with crystal in mind, as the name would imply, and was created specifically to be performed in huge concert halls. It was played in front of a global audience of approximately 1 billion people in 2008 during the opening ceremony of the Beijing Olympics, when it was introduced to the entire globe. This exquisitely built piano, created by Canadian piano builder Heinzmann, was prematurely retired after its sole performance and sold at an auction for just over $3.2 million to an unnamed bidder. Fun fact: this piano is actually made of acrylic and not crystals. Yes, that's right, your $3.2 million piano is made of plastic. Must be nice to have an endless supply of money. And just before we get to the world's most expensive piano, allow Luxury a Lust to give you 88 reasons why you should like this video and subscribe to the channel. Okay, so here it is. The world's most expensive piano coming in at number 1 is the piano from the 1942 film Casablanca, which sold for $3.4 million. The piano that inspired Ingrid Bergman's iconic "Play It Once, Sam" in Casablanca sold for a record $3.4 million in 2014. This famous piece of equipment, which was featured prominently in the classic 1942 movie, stood in the middle of Rick's Cafe and was used to conceal Humphrey Bogart's transit letters during the movie. The piano, which was painted with Moroccan symbols, is a stunning example of film history. There are a few intriguing things about this piano, the first being that it was a prop. It isn't even a real piano. It's still unknown to this day whether the piano was even functional. Of course, the person who purchased it at the auction would know this. It undoubtedly began as a real piano, but the prop department narrowed it down so that it was the right height and width so that it could be framed properly the way the director wanted it in the scene. The sound we hear in the movie is also undoubtedly not that instrument, and neither was Dooley Wilson, the actor playing Sam, an actual pianist. Everything was mimicked and overdubbed by a musician who was playing a real piano. So, real piano or not, what's real, however, is the $3.4 million spent on it. Save your quarters because this is Luxury a Lust. Toodles!